like a Hellcat.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Gio in the house. As you all well know, the Derek Chauvin, the officer who put his knee to George Floyd's back and neck, has been found guilty of all three charges. Now, what does that mean? It means a lot of things. But for me, hopefully this means that justice has been done. And I say this justice has been done because it takes one racist cop off the street. Hopefully this conviction will let other cops know that we are watching, that we will not stand for this, that we no longer are going to shell ourselves in a cocoon and let these officers get away with what Derek Chauvin was trying to do. And what's sad is that after George Floyd's death, there were still cops out there doing the same thing as Chauvin. This officer, there still cops out there putting their knees to their back, choking people, slamming people, shooting people. They know that there's cameras out there. None of the people, everything that is done nowadays is being recorded. And yet they don't care about that. So hopefully this sends a message out to the other cops to let them know that this is not going to be tolerated. I believe that there should be this wall of silence has to get down, because the only way you can get rid of these cops is you have to revamp, you have to redo the whole training system of the police force. You have the recruitment has to change. This officer had over 10 citations of misconduct. I mean, he's still on the force. It's not the first time, he shot at people before, and he's still on the force. And who do you blame for? The sergeants, the captain, whoever's in charge of that precinct or that individual. Those are the people who should be held accountable for. I mean, he should be held accountable. So hopefully this sends a message. What surprised me the most is that he got convicted of all three. And that's kind of scary in a way, because, and I say scary in a way because when it comes to appeal, the judge could see, okay, you know what? There's room for, not room for reversal, but there's room to grant you an appeal on this matter. Because I can see 2 out of 3, or maybe 1 out of 3, but all 3. So let's hope it doesn't go that route, but I've seen it happen. So let's just, because they're going to appeal. That's a given. Any lawyer is going to appeal. But to get convicted of 3, and what shocked me the most is that they got convicted. I mean, it was a day and a half, not even a day and a half, a whole day. You would think that with what's going on with the media, what's going on with the crowd, they was going to take their time. But in actuality, there wasn't that. There wasn't that much to think about. I heard an attorney today from Minnesota saying that he didn't think that the officer Derek Chauvin, not even say officer Derek Chauvin, used force. That he didn't think that by him putting his knee on his neck that he was hurting him, or that he was asphyxiating him, or that nothing was wrong with him. He said, this attorney said that, it really didn't matter the first 9 minutes. It didn't matter the first 9 minutes or so, because George Floyd was still alive. What mattered was the last 40 seconds, when no one rescued him, when no one gave him, when we had no air, there was no paramedics, no one gave him CPR. That's what mattered the most. So I said, this is an attorney who's a defense attorney. He's looking at it from an attorney's point of view, and he said, he would have found Derek not guilty. Thank God he's not he wasn't on the jury. But hopefully this means that the system takes a hard look, and says we need to change. Officers that are there who are just like this one say to themselves, well, we have to back off, because you got officers out there who just are abusive, guys, who are abusive. And like I said before, like I said yesterday, look at my video, and one of my videos that says you be the judge, where this white guy, this white driver touches his own gun. The cops has the gun on him, and he touches the gun, and the cops tells him, "I'm gonna shoot you." He says, "I'm gonna shoot you back." And then he drives away, and the cops didn't. No one shot at him. He touched his own gun. If that would have been a black or Hispanic person or any other person, that person would have gotten shot. We know this. That's what it has to change. That's what hopefully this verdict comes down to. Hopefully this verdict can make that change, or at least a slight change. And people, I cannot say this. No, I cannot say this. I cannot emphasize on this anymore. But please, every black, every Latinos out there, go out there and sign up for your guns and get your guns. You don't have, like I said, you don't have to shoot them. You don't have to even like guns. As long as you register, you get one, and it comes on a registry. This is one of the only ways that you can try to do this. The only way that you can get rid of these white supremacist group. That those are the, because all white people are not racist. Are just all these white supremacists, those who are racist, and those are the ones that we have to take a stand to. Those people like, oh, America's mine. You know, all those conservatives that has no empathy at all. Because conservatives have no empathy at all. They believe, well, why should I pay for you? Why should I do this? Why should you do that? Blah, 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 blah. They have no empathy at all. So those are the ones that we have to target. Those are the ones we say, you know what? We're tired of your delusional, pathetic way of life and looking at us. You look at us as, you look at the Hispanic community, you look at the black community, and we were second or third class citizens. Like, we're not. Every time something happens, you guys always mention a black person, but something happened with a white person, you don't say, oh, white person, you say, oh, this person was arrested. A 24-year-old man was arrested. But when it comes to a black or Hispanic, or a 24-year-old black male was arrested, or a black man was shot, or a black or Hispanic male, why do we have to give it a category? Why do we have to give it a name? Just say what it is, the person, a human being. So hopefully this conviction will force Congress to enact better laws, local statements, local congressmen, senators can enact a law that prevent officers from going beyond their means of force. Because this was appalling. This was really appalling, and for all those people who applauded this officer, for ex-officer, and all these people said that like yesterday on TikTok, someone said that he got that George Floyd and this kid Toledo, they were the cause of their own death. It's kind of stupid, naive, conservative thinkers. That's what they are. That's not the way. We're not judging. We didn't judge. We're not judging George Floyd for his past. We're seeing what's going on, what happened in that moment, in that particular moment. His past didn't matter, right? His past didn't matter. But hopefully, this conviction will do something. This conviction will hold firm. And when it goes to appeal, it stays up firm. But for now, let's just take the victory and walk with that victory and say we will not take it anymore. Walk with that victory and say, we're not alone. We're tired, and we're going to keep on moving forward. And hopefully, whatever you guys do in the future, guys, Black Lives Matter, Hispanic Lives Matter, whoever's going to stand up and give a voice, let's do this peacefully. Let's do it amicably. Let's get along with everybody. It doesn't matter the race. It doesn't matter the creed. It does not matter, because we all are human beings in the inside, but that we do it in a empathetic and humane way. Let's embrace this victory, and let's let them know that this is it. We're not taking this anymore. No one should take it. No one. No officer is above the law. No officer is above the law. And I was afraid of something that I was afraid that he was going to get found out guilty, and the country was going to go into shambles. But hopefully, this will calm the seas down. And we have to get justice, for all these blacks and black men and women who have died in the hands of police officers. They too, those officers got to be held accountable for their actions. All right. So let's just count this victory. Let's count George Floyd's death as a victory. It's as sad as it may be, but sometimes things have to happen in order for bigger things to emerge, right? So let's just hope that this is the beginning of a bright future. That officers out there, we are looking out. Officers, those officers who are corrupt, who don't believe in justice and want to take justice into their own hands, and just assume that we're criminals because of the color of our skin. Assume that it's something that we did something because of the color of our skin. Hopefully this will teach you that it's not the case. America is tired. We are tired. And whatever goes forward from this, let it go forward. But whatever happens after this, I just want to say thank you to everyone who was out there, or Black Lives Matter, for everyone for every group, every individual who joined the movement. My condolences go out to the Floyd family and to those who have lost a loved one in the hands of police brutality. God bless.